Phantom Crash once again playing as Goo. We've got him here in the top left base of Mountain Pass Twilight, heading straight for the southwest resource geyser there, and Musashi will be opening once again. Single refinery, single factory. No big surprises there, and the scouts are making their way straight towards the center of the map. Looks like they're going to pass right by each other. The decision to put a big circular thing in the middle of this map is actually kind of almost clever. That part of this map's design makes it that much more likely that your scouts will just not even encounter each other and just run straight by each other. I wonder if that is exactly what they had in mind when they designed this map. Looks like that commando not going to spot that Goo. Phantom Crash did the exact same thing last game, but Musashi is still going to run straight towards that corner spigot before even bothering to check right here. And here he comes. Phantom Crash is going to have just enough resources for a small protean to get that commando off his back if he so chooses. And there he goes, changing up his build from game one. He doesn't want to give that commando the opportunity to harass him at all. He's going to spawn the small protean and get it off his back and just be done with it. Meanwhile, down here, it looks like, where'd the drover go? Not dead, is it? There it is. Okay. Drover is going to hover in this area, probably going to scout the base soon. Musashi going with a very greedy build once again. Question is, will Phantom Crash punish it? He's spawned 4 drovers. He's actually in a pretty strong position against his opponent right now. If you were to dive straight into his opponent's base, there would basically be nothing he could do to stop 4 drovers from killing his 1 commando and camping his harvesters. He hasn't even built any walls. Going double refinery with a scout in your base against Goo is insanely dangerous, and I'm wondering if Phantom Crash will punish him for it. His mother Goo is not making any move towards his opponent's base though, so he won't be able to utilize that aggressively. He'll just have to try and harass his opponent's economy with drovers alone, which is certainly something he can do, especially with this harvester's particularly long travel path here. The second factory is complete, and we're now going to see, tank attack. I didn't even see those drovers sneaking into the base. Nice pickup on that harvester there. Probably going to see another pickup on that commando. There it goes. Huge harassment by Phantom Crash here in the base. Will he take out 2 more commandos? Musashi has yet to build a single wall turret. Oh, don't stand too close to that, though. No, he doesn't even pick it up, unfortunately. Harvester does make it back into the refinery, trying to micro his drovers as well as he can here, but the commandos definitely are superior to them, and when split nicely as they are here, they will pull ahead and the drovers will get right up. If he had been a little bit more aggressive with those drovers and try and pick off those commandos before fresh ones had popped out of the factory, I think he could have inflicted huge damage with just those 5 drovers. But unfortunately, he wasn't quite if you saw, you can probably go back and watch in slow motion almost on YouTube later, but he took a few shots at this tank attachment. If he had not stopped and paused just for that that split second to fire this tank attachment, but instead there were only 2 commandos alive at the time and 5 drovers. If he had just really aggressively chased those 2 commandos down and killed them before fresh commandos spawned, I think that could have put Musashi in a really scary position. But unfortunately, that's not how it played out in the game. I don't know who's really ahead. We do have Phantom Crash now on 2 mothers over here. Placed himself in kind of a sneaky position. Musashi is going to have to scout that just to know where his opponent is. If he blindly sends his ground forces all the way to the top left, it's going to waste a lot of time. Now it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. These 2 small proteans that have been spawned, looking for an opportunity to do some economic harassment here in the beta base, by the look of things. They're not going to be able to do that much now that predators are being cranked out. I think, well, don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Morphs Striders before he even enters the base. That probably wasn't really necessary. He probably could have just left them in protean form to harass the harvesters. And then morphed as he felt was necessary. But going straight for Striders will allow him to attack these hubs aggressively. And probably pick up a few harvesters as well. Maybe even some predators as they're being produced here. Meanwhile, Musashi's forces are just on a wild goose chase up here in the northwest. There's nothing up there for them to be doing. One predator does go down. I don't know, this is going to be close. I think the Strider will pull ahead here. There it goes. Nice. Pretty decent pickup, I would say, by Phantom Crash here in his opponent's base, taking out 2 predators and a little bit of economic harassment. 1 harvester, which isn't much, but a beta harvester is a lot more valuable to destroy than a human harvester. They carry much more resources because of their slow speed. I don't know exact numbers, but I think a human harvester carries like roughly 80 catalyst, whereas a beta harvester carries like 175 or something like that. I don't know. It's a big number though. It's a big chunk. Every one of these that goes down is actually a pretty significant loss. Uh-oh. Looks like Musashi has finally located this mother, which is going to jeopardize this this position down here from Phantom Crash. Look at this. Look at this aggressive placement. Now there's a goo mother just sitting right outside of Musashi's base right now. Question is, what is Musashi going to do with this mother hunting strike force over here? While he simultaneously has to deal with the threats to his base. The Striders that Phantom Crash has kind of hanging out in Musashi's base get cleaned up relatively easy. I think he's busy trying to deal with whatever's happening over here, and this is obviously a higher priority. He needs to protect his mothers at all costs. Since this area has really got nowhere for his mothers to hide, he leaves that position and goes and hides on these cliffs, spawning a few drovers and striders. I think they're hiding in these trees. I think he definitely has enough forces to overwhelm these 5 units, no problem. But forces are on the way, and the mother here has been spotted and is in quite a bit of danger. And it looks like artillery air attachments are going up next to a hangar here, so we are going to see more Nimbus play from Musashi. And that mother, I think, has no escape and no hope. There's really nothing that Phantom Crash can do. That insanely aggressive mother placement definitely did not work out. Musashi's forces are regrouping here, making a hard push for the southwest. We'll also note pretty nice scouting here, leaving just a couple of idle units on the resource spigots just to make sure he's completely certain of exactly where all of Phantom Crash's mothers are. Keeping track of where all of those goo mothers are is critical to making sure that you are completely shutting them down and that it isn't just massively expanding somewhere on the map that you're not even aware of. Phantom Crash is rapidly falling behind here. That mother's about to go down as well, leaving only 2 left. Lots of small protein, or no, 3 left. Okay. Oh, there was one in the trees up here. So 3 mothers now. This one is going to be a sitting duck, has nowhere to hide. Scouts up here definitely paying off, catching these mothers as they're trying to set in a new location. Although I hope he doesn't let this one just sit down here. Looks like he's leaving the area entirely, and that mother's gonna just get to sit here and continue to farming. Although he's not even sitting on the geyser, is he? No. He needs to move that onto the geyser. He's not even getting any resources from this mother at this time. Expansion going up here. Scout will catch that mother. This mother has already been spotted. Tons of commandos on the way. Phantom Crash did get a lucky break, keeping this mother here in the southwest, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. His opponent has a huge army. He has almost nothing left at this point. Another mother will go down. This one will probably be soon to follow. Yep, there it is. Phantom Crash is calling it now. GG, no coming back from this situation. Well played, and that is going to conclude round one for these players. That is it. Musashi is going to advance in the tournament. I'll update the brackets now, and Phantom Crash, unfortunately,